Hi everyone, welcome back. This entry is from December 19th of 2023, taken at 11:41 a.m. This semester ended well. The only class I'm worried about is structural analysis because I want to maintain a A, which is a 93%. But on one of the finals questions, I accidentally solved via the flexibility method instead of the slope deflection method. Typical, typical everyday problem that you have there. I know, right? Crazy. I finished reading A Clockwork Orange, and I thought it was an amazing book. The 21st chapter really brought everything together and encaptured the turning of Alex's life. This made me think, however, that this seamless transition did not occur to me as I had hoped for when I turned 21. Instead, the past week or two, I was greeted by my crush, Allie. I was thrown off guard by it, but took it as though her mind had changed, just as mine had. This was a stupid assumption. We talked for some days until she revealed that, yes, she was trying to avoid me. But even more so, frightening was that she said that she was scared of me. Oh, my brothers, how this comment shot through me like a spear, but also made me think that maybe she had just drunk texted me that one night. She confirmed this suspicion. Oh, my brothers, how I despise alcohol to my very core for something like this. I've deceived myself through the valiant hope of change. There is no one to blame but myself. Luckily, I got some great advice from Key, the girl whose face I have still yet to see but have drawn multiple times. She told me to enjoy the holidays, not to mope about the past, and to better the future me. These words helped me screw my head back onto my shoulders and reminded me of my strive to get better and learn from each mistake. I must not let the beauty of Allie tempt me nor haunt me. 'Tis a long road. 12:17 p.m. So there will be a time later in the book, but I don't talk to either of these people anymore. Actually, I don't talk to Allie. I don't talk to Key. But what's funny is I do still think about both of them. Every once in a while, when I'm kind of bored, I just think about, oh yeah, they were there for a chapter in my life, kind of in this in-between state that I'm in. And I eventually cut them off because of a couple things that will be revealed, I guess, later in the book. But the main one is I do think I found someone that I'm heavily interested in and I really like because of the traits this person brings to the table and into my life. And I think that one of the things that I needed to do was to, move on from the past. And those people were in the past. I mean, they were people that I used to have crushes on and stuff. And I felt like, I can't have that. There's also the aside that she also just told me to delete the girls that I had like crushes on and stuff, which I actually think was a reasonable thing because that thought of having them, at least in my sight when I'm online or something, keeps them in my mind. And it keeps me thinking, and it keeps me wanting to come back to those people I've had crushes on, but nothing has ever happened, and nothing will ever happen. So I think, finally getting away from that finally helped me move on. So, I'm obviously reminded of these people when I reread the entries from my book, but it is, I think, something that was necessary for me to move on and to evolve. Because I think in this past year, right, because this is from December, now I feel like I have changed actually a lot. And I have matured a lot within that time frame. Like a lot has happened. And I record a lot. I record a lot of it in here, believe it or not. So, yeah. I would say if you have this, romantic hope that something's going to happen, but you always feel like something is blocking you. And I'll even get to this later in an entry, and I'll reiterate it and make it more detailed. But if something feels like it is not, simple, if what you're trying to achieve feels so out of the way or so complex, or you feel like if you feel like you're reaching, or you're always having to reach for this, but the other person isn't reaching back, then I personally would tell you that I don't think it's worth it. As much as you want to believe and hope that you are better off to go find someone else, because if they're not willing to reach back for you, and they're, making things complicated, then how can love be simple? In my eyes, love should be simple. But if it is, oh, it's complicated, oh, it's this, I would just get out of it. That's what I did. And it's helped a lot. It's helped me focus more on the person that I found now than had I not, cut the other people off. My life has been better for it, honestly. I can't stress that enough. So, with that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. And if you're in that kind of spot where you feel like something's complicated and it should be simple, I hope, you think about possibly, cutting it, making, your life not a living hell of why doesn't this person text back, why doesn't this person like me, because it's not worth the stress and pain. And I don't want you to be going through what I've gone through. So, I'll see you guys later. I'll probably post a video in literally an hour, because the next entry is also 2 pages. So I'm just going to knock it out. All right. See ya.